Welcome everyone to today's Battle of Capital for EU region. This is the first Battle of Capital. We had one for NA yesterday, and Chai won. We can go over the bracket for today. Let's see. There are definitely more teams in EU who are competing for Battle of Capital than NA. So this is our Battle of Capital here. Look at the bracket, a lot of teams. The first round is between Dinos and an AK-47 that we are streaming. And then there's another one going on between Chai and Rage Warriors. I believe it's being covered by another streamer. So we'll start with Dinos and AK-47, and then whoever wins from them will go and play Appas. Yeah, so for the second round, I think we'll wake up either one versus LPF or Easy versus Corruption. And then we'll try to cover different teams as much as we can. But yeah, let's go back to the game. Both teams are ready. It's a 10v10, best of 3. The first 2 are NBA, and the last will be Team Destruction. The team on the left defends first. So going over lineup on Dino's side, we have Mr. Nuggetman in his E4. My Sakai side, Chieftain Mark 6, Pickard in Machine. I want a Forge in Superconk, Tombi in E4, Arm, Abigail in QL, King Felix, who's actually random. Lynx Twix in I7. Then we need 3 more from Dinos here. Troll in I7. Missing 2 more tank from Dino. So over on the AK-47 side, we have Kolmol in Public 705 with Call You. Roman Kazan in Stir 103B, Furious in Unskin Valor, C-Tap in Chieftain Mark 6, Grelu in Superconk, Dub, Russ in E3, Nitras in QL, and then we have Rush Kahar in Valor, or sorry, T95 Chieftain. We see another Muck Pot from Dinos that picked up an E3, Riz Hustan picked up a Machine. I think I missed one guy, but we covered for the most part. There 103B is an interesting choice from AK-47 here. And their last tank is T95 F4201 as well, played by Ravgosh. We're on our way to the first game for Battle of Capital today. There'll be a lot of games, I think at least 4 or 5. PinGo did confirm that the December first week update, the major update, will include spectator HUD fixes along with the map, so just have to wait for 1 more month. You know, hopefully the last 2 weeks of Battle of Capital or last week of Battle of Capital will be more enjoyable to watch. AK-47 is attacking him. Maybe they'll send a Stirrup on the hill. The only limit in terms of tank is it cannot be more than 3 identical tanks. This is a Stirrup. So it probably will go up the hill. Push coming down the K line from AK-47. On the other side, Dinos, they're setting up for B cap, setting 3 heavies on the B line, and then 4 watching the A. They're very light on the A cap though. That's what's the play of Dinos is. Even Sturps coming back, they don't care about the hill. However, that could be an issue for them, because if they go for A cap and Dinos, they have tanks on the hill, they can get easy resets. They're all stacked up here. It's a A cap, which can work, as I said, because Dinos are not really in position. And when you put 5, 6 tanks on A cap, the other team has to be very quick to react. They are in position since they have the hill though. Is this an IS-7? No. 705A. Going to the cap. He will a good position here. He can side scrape here. However, there is a few more tanks on the cap. One of Force took a shot from an E4. Another tank on the cap. Double caps. These tanks are safe from the hill, but I'm not sure about the one on the left side. However, he's pushing forward. They only have double cap pressures so far. 19 seconds. They do have 2 tanks watching this side here. Greylu goes down. Another tank who was trying to cross. He was... I don't know what he was. Got Amoract. HP in favor of Dinos. However, 11 seconds. Timer's down to 11 seconds and there's no one. I think the 705 up front is the one that has most of the HP points. 4 seconds. 3, 2... And that's it. Very quick game. AK-47, they knew what they wanted to do. They just wanted to put cap pressure, have as many tanks there as possible. I'm still surprised the 705 did not get reset, because they had a guy in the train station at A2. Maybe he should have shot HE. And because they were covered from the hill, so those 3-4 guys up the hill, they couldn't get resets either. Going over the scoreboard, not much damage here. We have AK-47 Dub 62 in his E3 with 1 shot of damage. Kolmol in 705A and Call2 in 705A, both with 1 shots of damage. Same with Riv Ghosh in Unskin Valor, Roman Kazan in Sturf with 1 shot of damage. Who had the max cap points? I think they were the 705A, right? 57, 12. So Call2 was the one in front, I assume. And this should be another tank. Thief did. Must be on the other side. I couldn't find him. On Neo's side, we have Ray Sustainen machine doing 2000 damage. Hikari Real machine with 1900 damage. Meister Kaisan Chieftain 1200 damage. Muck Spot in E3 918 and 4000 spotting. Was he the guy in the train station? He has 51. I think it was him. He has 5200 blocked. He was in train station. He had a long reload and couldn't get a reset on the 705 We have Arm Abergale in QL with 823 damage. So I want to force it Super Conk with 800 damage. It's best of 3, unlike the regular battles, because this is Battle of Capital. Oh, I updated the score wrong. I'm gonna go quickly, make sure the audio is working. Okay, seems okay so far. Going over the lineup, we have Revocation, VK, Kolmol, and IS4, Koldev, and E4, Roman Kazan, and IS4, Furious, and Valor, Tap and Machine, Grillo, and Superconk, Dubras, and Jagru, Nitrous, and VK72, and Rushkar in T95. We'll go over Dino's lineup while we're in the game. I just looked over these teams on what clans, and I mean it doesn't mean much in terms of how they play, but on what clans that only considered the top 15 players for default rating. AK-47 was 322 and Dino's was 49, so great play by AK-47 grabbing that first round, catching Dino's off guard. Also, it's 10v10, which is not many teams practice 10v10. The default is 7v7 or 8v8. So no matter how good you are in 7v7 or 8v8, 10v10 can go differently. On the other side, we have Masta in Chieftain, Pickard in Machine, Rez in Machine, Armbearer in 75A, Mukport in 75A, Inks in I7, Shust in I7, All I Want in Waffle, Mr. Nugget in Waffle, Combi in E4. So AK-47, since they played A-line, they're setting up heavily on A-line. Very organized play from AK-47. On the other side, Dinos, they are doing a split push, pushing down Banana with 5 tanks. 4 heavies and tank destroyer. I think it's an E4. At the same time, they have 5 tanks up on the hill. They have to be coordinated. They can't just push 5 there, and because these guys uphill, they are not in position to help them yet. Machines are pushing forward though. AK-47 know that they are spotted. Sorry, they know that Dean knows where they are. So AK-47 are pretty set up to get these resets here. Shots were fired, but that's the first pen by Dino. Again, that's a lot of faith from Dinos to not support their heavies from B line or A line. Oh, Nitros is about to go down. He showed his side and was punished by machines. I know they can have shots up top as well, but the problem will be if AK-47 sends someone to A8. However, they do have an E4 guarding the D line here. And there's 705A coming for help. So it's Grey Lose, the first one to go down. Nitrous is also one shot in his VK. HP in favor of Dino's about 6k difference. Machine coming in for reset goes down. He didn't need to though, because he only had one guy on cap and he was getting reset. AK-47 lost 4 tanks. Dino still have all their tanks, and now the heavy push is coming from the A line they will pincer these guys from both sides as long as they hit their shots. This iceberg goes down. VK will be the next victim here. Jaggeru reloading probably will get one shot off. But this round goes to Dinos. They still haven't lost any tank. There is... Okay, there was a tank here. Now we have one more tank destroyer. That is an E4. And definitely Dino's made a statement here, going for kill all instead of cap. They're like, okay, you guys fought us off in the first game, but now we are attacking. And they made the shots count. Over damage here. Combine is E4. 4,000 damage with 2 kills. Schustrol in I7. Oh, 3,300 damage. 3,333. And some 2 kills. Raze has 10 in machine, 3,300 damage. Bit surprised about the machine damage though. I wasn't expecting him to do that much, but I think he banned a lot of his shots. Even when he was up on the hill, he was the one shooting Nitrous in VK. Mr. Nuggetman in Waffle with 2,700 damage and a kill. Pick Aerial in Machine, 2,500 damage. I want to Forge in Waffle, 2,200 damage. Mr. Kaisa in Chieftain with 1,600 damage. Lynx Twinks in I7 with 1,400 damage. Muckbot 705A and Arm Abigail with 705A, both with 2 shots of damage. That they are 2 low rolls. Unless they were, oh, they had a kill. Both of them had a kill, so that's why they're not low rolls. Over on the AK-47, we have Furious in Unskin Valor with 2,600 damage. Dub 62 S and Jack Panzer 2,100 damage. Grey Loon Super Conk 2 shots of damage. Revogotion Nitrous and VK 1 shot of damage. And then 1 shot of damage from Culm. Mullen Eyes 4, Rush, Karin, Valor, Tap in Machine, and Roman Kazan in Eyes 4. Now that is he had 2 penetration. I think he was firing HE though. E4 with probably someone rammed him in the end. I think he was the last guy alive, and that's the ram damage. Well, the score is now even. Dino's AK-47 won the first one. Dino's won the second. And the last round to determine who the winner of this game is will be Team Destruction. Okay. Let's go over the lineup. Dinos in Mishragenberg in E4, Skosh in A7, Meister Kaiser in Chieftain Mark 6, Picard Ariel in Machine, Forge in E4, Pot in 7-5A, S10 in Machine. It's a bit difficult to keep track of tank, you know, because the rule is you left team pick a tank and then right team pick a tank and then left and then right. But the good thing is, from Dino's side, all 7 players that did pick a tank were the one at the top. We can go AK-47 in the meanwhile. We have Kolmol in Ice 4, Kol in Unskin Valor, Roman Kazan in E5, Furious in Unskin Valor, Tap, Machine, Greylu in Superconk, and Nitrous in Valor. Rushkar in Valor. Over on the Dino side, we have Twix picking up an S7. Waiting for 2 more tags from both teams. We have Abergale in 705A. Revgosh on AK-47 grabbing a VK-72, and I think it was Dubrus with a mouse. Rating, is that it? What was the last thing? Is it Combi? I think Combi picked up an E4. That was the last guy. I did see some randoms in the garage. I hope they didn't pick a tank. And so the way team destruction work is either you have to have more kills. If you don't have a kill, all right. Team with most kill wins, and then if the kills are identical, team that dealt more damage will win. So AK-47 have 1500 more damage. No, 1300. Yeah, I think they're the ones that have like mouse. That could be. And they're generally like you, otherwise heavy as well. Wait, Twix took a shot. I think someone blind fired through the middle and panned Twix. So another. I just have to find where these guys are. So AK-47. Let's see who penned though. It's Furious from AK-47. He blind fired the 5 line and penned Twix. That's very huge actually. They don't have to do anything anymore. They can just sit on the hill. They'll win. It's team destruction. AK-47 sending all their tanks uphill, which is I feel is a better play, because Dinos, they're split. They have tank destroyers everywhere. They have some heavies going up. Machine made the hill. He was able to put a shot in, but what will happen next? Because the best case scenario here will be if they can kill a tank and then run away. Because these 3 tanks will not be able to hold what's coming next. Will they? Machines ran away, but this chieftain. Okay, he will try to go down here. And did he lose HP? I think it did a little bit. So AK-47 they still did more damage, and now they have high ground. If they're careful, they can maybe get some damage right here. Just a little bit late though. I think they're looking tough for Dinos here. Not anymore. They put a shot on VK. And now this. Now AK-47 are at disadvantage. Dino's up on HP, and let's see how they handle that. The last thing they want to do is push uphill into AK-47 that are clearly set up. I know sometimes the confusion is who wins team destruction. Do we need to get a kill, or who's up on damage? it can be difficult to track. But yeah, that they will lose a tank if they even try to come up. I'm not sure if they know that they are winning right now. Dinos is up because they have done damage. I'm just not sure if they know that they're winning. That E4's keeping an eye on here. He might be able to get where he is on D3. He will be able to get maybe a couple more shots if any of these guys poke. And the push is coming from AK-47 now. They made a push with 4 tanks. Maybe they can get a tank out, but they don't know who else is behind the corner. A lot of bounces here. Struggling to pen this E4 here. That is not something. And now this IS-4 face hug the E4, which is the last thing you want to do because now he's blocking all his teammates to shoot that E4. 2 tanks goes down from AK-47. Is this a brawl here now? Nitrous down to 1 shot. He goes down. You know, they're up by 3 tanks and up on HP by 2k. HP is even now. The only difference is the tanks. Can AK-47 bring it back? Nitro has a lot of tanks that are low, but all of them are still in game. Well, I'm surprised about how that E4 didn't die. That tank should have died early. They finally managed to take 1 tank out. They'll probably take another machine out here as well, and the E4. So the match can go either. Can they go either way? No. You know, they're up on HP by 3k here. Lose another tank, both E4s pushing the A line with the machine. And then we have the remaining pushing up B line. AK-47 were low on tanks and HP, but then they brought it back. But after that, that's where the numbers came in handy for Dinos, as they were able to just start dealing damage after that point, since they had more tanks, more guns in the game. New score we have Furious and Valor, 3300 damage, Grillo and Superconk, 2000 damage, Jabras and Mouse with 1900 damage, Roman Kazan in E5, 1300 damage, Rushkar in Unskin Valor with 1200 damage, and then we have the remaining tanks with 2 shots of damage and VK. No, with probably an 80 damage here. On the Dino side, we have the big damage Mr. Nuggetman when he were doing 5400 damage, Reese Huston in Machine doing 3474 with 2 kills, Combi in E4 with 2641, Shusin at 2100 damage, Origin E4 2000 damage, Machine doing 2000 as well, along with Chieftain, and then about 1500 damage from Twix, Abigail, and 1200 from Muckpod. GG to both teams, and congrats to Dinos to progress forward here. They lost the first game, but then they were able to recover. Solid recovery by them. Let's go and stream the corruption game. I hope it hasn't started yet. Let me. They put a shot on. Okay, so we were able to find a game. The initial plan was to stream the corruption game, but looks like it might be a DQ for easy and corruption. And we had another game here, so we'll go ahead with Virus against Wii. Go over the bracket. Has this been updated? So we'll be streaming Seed 9. And I think the next one will be Corruption versus 1, so we'll be streaming that one. Going back to tournament here. A lot of players from Virus. That's some commitment. Yesterday we had a game we had barely 10. And even though the 10 kept, like, people get disconnecting. But that's another story. So on the Virus side we have it's very difficult for me to pronounce these names, you know, and with 10 players, it's difficult to keep track of. So I'll just go with the tags. Apologize to the players. We got 3 Valors and 3 Unskinned Valors, keeping it simple. Virus are keeping it simple. They want to play Hull Down Battle in proc, and they have a light tank with them. On Victory side, we also see 3 Valors, an I7, double I7, a Batjet, and a Machine. So the maps are fixed. The first round was Himmels. The second is Rock, best of 3 again. The first 2 will be NBA. And then the last will be Team Destruction. Okay, just looking at the channels, some conflicts going on between the Corruption and Easy Game. Nothing Easy didn't have guys in the Discord, so we're trying to resolve that. So back to this game now. We have an Object 261, a regular Chieftain, and a Stirp. On the Victory side, they picked another Batchat, a Machine, CS63. They'll probably go with... Wait, did they have 10 tags? Okay, they did. So I was gonna say, is Brock 10v10? You should expect an artillery. But Victory, they don't have a light tank, they don't have an artillery. They do have an I7, so what do you think it's going to happen? I feel it's some sort of a push here. Victory does have more HP because they're not running a light, they're not running an artillery. They're going to push the 7-8 line. I mean, without artillery, it's a bit tough though in 10v10 because they have an artillery. They're sending their mediums up with a machine. And they have the I-7's Valor pushing the 7 line. Well, at least not. There's one benefit of running artillery. That is, you don't have to leave a tank behind to guard the artillery. That's one of the disadvantage of running artillery. You always need tanks to protecting the artillery. So if there's a brawl, you are like a tank or two down, maybe three. Victory, they were pushing. They have two I-7s brawling the trains. This is not a safe spot for them because I thought they're gonna just keep pushing, but these I-7, as soon as they're spotted, that artillery will start bombing them, and that is not something. That's not a position you want to be in. They are leaving that spot and starting forward. There's the first shot. Wow. That's what I was talking about. He got set on fire. Does not have fire extinguisher. And this I-7 is definitely not a good start for him. And Victory, they are now sending tanks. Are they going into the cap? Will it be cap pressure? Because if, I don't know, Virus, if they're aware, they can easily get the resets on the cap from through the train tracks. So 3 guys on the cap, and then we have 2 machines pushing all the way to the A7, so they have some sort of support. But at the same time, they do have 2 I-7s just protecting the guys on the cap. So cap can work down to 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5. They are over pushing now. Will get punished. Maybe they can get a reset on one guy. They took out an I-7. That was not. However, they did manage to get a reset. Managed to get another reset. Both teams, they lost tank. Light tank coming in from Virus. Artillery needs to, put another big shot here. Virus are down 2 tanks. I mean, they had to overcome it. They didn't have the tank in position when the cap pressure started. They needed to rush in, where Victory was just ready to punish as they're coming side on. HP about 3k difference. However, Virus has lost 6 tanks now. I think this is Victory's game. Actually, I'm going to check their name again. Is it Victory or Velocity? Because we do have 2 clans. It is Victory. This light tank remaining with the artillery. Yes, chasing a light tank. Oh, light tank flipped. This. Okay. They do not want the timer to go to hit 0 because they don't want the light tank to and however he did reset. Artillery still alive. He did have a great start, hitting the I-7 and then setting him on fire. I think the I-7 almost lost 1500 HP. Let's see how much damage artillery did. He did 4000 damage, so artillery did his job. Or did its job. And this is the MVP. Telling you that most of the damage from the first shot, probably close to 1800. How many shots fired? 7 shots fired. Okay. On the Victory side, we have Machine doing 2800 damage at a kill. Valor with 2500 damage, 2 kills. CS with also 2500 damage, doing 2 kills. I mean, he was building the light tank in the end, so probably about 800 damage from there. Darth Vader in Valor, 2200 damage and a kill. Machine. Zeus in Machine with 2100 damage and a kill. Peace Duke in Batchat, 2k damage, 2100 damage. Then I-7 doing 1500 damage. Valor doing 3 shots of damage, and then Batchat also 3 shots of damage. He had a kill, so 4 shots for him, but 1300 damage. Cobalt is an I-7 with 2 shots of damage. I think this was the I-7. If He didn't lose all his HP. He would they probably wouldn't have lost any tank when Virus pushed because they would have had a healthy I7. On the Virus side, we have the artillery that canned his first shot. So that's 7 fire. Then Valor doing 1800, 1700 damage, Sturb with 1600 damage, a tank with 1400 damage. Then we have Valor's doing about 1300 damage, Chieftain with 1200, another Valor with 2 shots of damage, and then Wolfric in Valor with 1 shot of damage. I have to the last game. Both these teams are Russian teams. So they probably scrim against each other a lot. Going back to the channel to what's going on there. Looks like the game Corruption and One are ready to play each other. I'm just requesting them if they can wait a little bit longer. Which again, there are a lot of teams they don't want to wait. Okay, so it looks like they will wait. We will be able to stream Corruption versus 1. I know everyone wants to watch the top teams play. I mean, Victory and Virus are also one of the very, very decent teams. It is proc. The timer is 15 minutes. Looking at how Victory played, they might do a very aggressive play here. Because Virus, they're again going for 6 Valors, unskinned Valors, and probably they'll pick an artillery. Over on the victory side, we have Double Valor's Chieftain, Super Conk, Triple Valor's actually, a Batchat. So it's all about British tanks. You want to play Proc? At least that's how it looks like for this round. Where's picking up another QL. On the victory side, we have. Is the Batchat new or did they already had it? I feel Wargaming should add a system where once you pick a tank, right, you should like there shouldn't be gaps in between. For example, the not ready should be at the bottom. Once you pick a tank, you should definitely like move up. Like if the first guy pick a tank, he should be the first one on the left side, right? No matter what his initial position is. Then the second guy, when he picks up a tank, he should move to the second slot, and so on. So it's easier because right now you have to count again and again. But Virus, all they have are premium tanks. A premium artillery, maybe they'll have that in stock. The double QLs, 6 Valor, still need 2 more tanks from them. Our victory on the other side, only 3 premiums, and that's the Valors. They are defending. Waiting for battles from Ibris. So Chai won that, Dinos won that. One won this game, Corruption won this game. This is still going on. Willie, I don't know, waiting. So it's a round of 1-8, 1-8 going on. I think these two teams are ready. I hope they wait for us, but we'll see. Can't stop them because there are a lot of battles and mods want to get them over as soon as possible. The thing is, even if they start, right, they won't be able to get to the next one. We really want this game to launch quickly. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And still waiting for one tank from Victory and one tank from Virus. Virus picked the last tank. Victory still. Are they waiting for someone? And there's the artillery. This time they are going for a slow play here. Again, and they are not running a light tank. Wait, was Victory planning to pick artillery or not pick artillery based on what Virus has? No light tank from either teams. If I'm not mistaken. No, do they have a light tank? Finding light tank. Virus is going for field push. Victory. They are splitting though. They are sending a medium to the 899 to make sure they're not there. However, the way the Virus spread is, they're kind of towards the one side. I think Virus, they want a 1-2 line push. Someone did get spotted by that medium over there. Is that a CS? That's a straight up push coming in. They're not messing around, but instead of 8 line, they're going for the 2 line. Is that an artillery shot? It was. They are spotted. We'll see how this will end up. They do have a strong overmatch on the 2 line, while Victory, 2 of their tanks are on the 8 line, and one of them is a heavy. This round can go either way though. The push is coming. They need strong punish here. Warwick is getting punished. It's down to 1. No, it took 1 shot. They're cutting in. More tanks are cutting in for the bowl. That might not be the right, because now they only have a 3v2 on the 2 line. Okay, 4v2, but 1 tank is way at the back, so they might lose this. They needed to get win the 2 line quickly, but sending 6 to the bowl might not work out for them, but we will see. The push is coming. 3v2 Victory. They haven't lost any HP. They took out a tank though. For Virus, Victory finally taking out some damage. It's a 2v3. Can they take out 1 more tank? They probably will. The Force heavy tank is coming. He's almost there. Both teams are losing HP. Victory lost the tank. Now it's a 4v1 on this side. Artillery, he did manage to pen or splash a tank. If this heavy can take a tank out, it'll be huge. He did. So they lost 2 tanks. No, actually he didn't. My mistake. They took out 2 tanks. And now it's 6v. They have a cross. These heavies will go down as well. So Victory is now in trouble here. They are getting punished. Victory down 4 tanks. That is actually that push worked well for Virus here. I think they were relying on those mediums to have like a deal a bit more damage. That didn't go their way. The HP, however, is in favor of Victory though. They're low on tanks, but they're up on HP, so Victory can still win. So they did have the punish, they just didn't have the kill, so it can go either way. 1700 HP advantage. You have to remember one of them is an artillery who takes out a tank. It's a 4v6. Okay, 4v5 now. They have 2 mediums. Are these guys Batchats? Or is that one of them is a CS? They have to be really careful though, really careful. That Batchat went in. He wants to finish a guy. I hope he doesn't die, because he needs to finish. He can kill. No, he dies. He goes down. He needed to be a little bit patient there. And we're left with 1 medium, and that's a CS. Cap pressure is on. They are one shots. And what's the last tank here? That tank destroy. If that's a stir, no, it's an E4. Okay, that's good though. E4 takes out a tanks. 3v3 now. I'm not sure how much health this guy has. E4 needs to go in, but again, I don't know what health he's on. You can see the damage. Unfortunately, we can't see the health. 20 seconds for the cap. E4 needs to kill this heavy. That is on the 6th line. CS is going for resets. He needs to get a reset. The tank, they got out of the cap. CS rammed an I7? Did he kill him? He did. He rammed. Was that an I7? No, it was an E6. So 3v1 now, 1 I7. Looks like it was very, very close game. Good comeback by Victory. It's not up yet. However, E4 is coming and it goes to... Wait, is it another tank? No. Looked like I rushed my... It's a 2v1 now. E4 is coming. I just don't know how much health E4 has. Doesn't matter. He takes out a tank. You know, this is the scoreboard. They won. Let me see if I can get to the corruption game. Okay, looks like they did launch. The ones will wait. We can go over the scoreboard. Let me see what the room name is. It was opened by one, but I think they just launched like a minute ago. Okay. Now we have time to go over. The scoreboard here. Okay, so the Virus had a good push. But they did lose a lot of HP. You know, killing those two tanks at the 2 line, I think they bled a lot. So QL, he was the one that pushed the 2 line as well. 4,000 damage. Tamsin E6 with 3,000 damage, 2 kills. Arjun Valor with 2,700 damage. Dimitrian Valor, 2,300 damage. Pepin QL, 2,000 damage. I7, 1,603 kills. Butcher with Valor with 1,500 damage. And then 2 shots of damage from another Valor and 1 shot from Wolfric. Candrus, unfortunately, wasn't able to do any damage. Over on the victory side, that E4 definitely staying alive, hitting his shots. Did he? He did receive 3 hits. And looks like he blocked all of them, isn't it? Maybe he blocked 2 of those. You know, 3,800 damage, 4 kills. Stayed alive in the end. Finished the target. Same with the CS. 2,700 damage, 3 kills. Did ram a E6 and killed him. Valor with 2,600 damage. Unskin Valor with 2,500 damage. Peace. Optic 261. 2,200 damage, 2 kills. Tough spot for 261 on the other side, you know, to get the reset. He was probably shooting the guys in the bowl. And we have Chieftain Mark 6 doing 2,000 damage. Zeus and Superkong doing 1,800 damage along with Dark Twitter in Valor. Smack in Batchat with 1,600 damage. And Loco in Superkong with 1,400 damage. So GG to both teams and congrats to Victory for dominating this game. I mean, the second was close. The first one was quick game. They won it very comfortably. Let's use the prediction outcome here. Okay, let's go back to training room. We will go with the second round of 1. Okay, so we were able to get in the corruption game. One's on the left side. Let's see if it is the first game. Okay, they just launched. We did not miss it. I think they had some technical issues. And we will... Sorry. Let me quickly fix the score first. The round 3 steps. One's depending first. A lot of things going on from the one side. So we got Fukilot in Chieftain, Lowers in Chieftain, Zap in Chieftain, Colwagon Valor, Koza in Valor, Vermiller in Valor, Dante in Bad Chat, Runda in Bad Chat, Vulcan in Light Tank, and then we have Call Me in Object 261. Definitely a lot of Mark 6 here. Is that the new meta? Then we have Hellcat in Chieftain Mark 6 as well. Tanks in Mark 6, Ghost of Gera in Valor, Zardock in Valor, Willows in Machine, Celtic Dawn I7, Hipston CS63, Nova Rapid CS63, and another CS63, and Walnut in CGC. Both teams running on artillery. I think it's a 261 versus 261 versus CGC. Is that corruption? Yeah, corruption are pushing 9 line. They have the mediums on the other side, but they're going to push the 9 line here, put the pressure on them. And then have artillery support them. But they have to remember, there's a 261. I don't know how the arc is. Will he have shots there? However, corruption, Zardock did take a lot of damage there. Chieftain side still a bit weak. Is he in Chieftain Mark 6? He is. Fukilot goes down on the other side. I have no idea who killed him though. Artillery put a shot in Zardock. Zardock down to 1 shot. HP even. The corruption have all their tanks though. Zardock has to be extremely careful. I think he needs to just retreat. Find like a defensive position. Another shot from 261 onto the Valor. Basically the trades going on and off. This Chieftain's getting shots from the side. Is that a light tank? Corruption does have the map control. They're up by a tank. And they have forced one to be just, stuck into a position. However, you can't stop artillery. Keeps firing. Corruption are now sending their heavies down the river. At least one of them is pushing forward. Tanks took a shot. HP is in favor of 1. They are a tank down, but HP is in their favor though. Vulcan's down to 1 shot. Vulcan is the light tank. Let's see what's going on from a POV. Lowers go down. What was lowers in? Vulcan does have damage. He was the one that's putting side shots. However, there goes another tank. Koza goes down now. Vulcan's also 1 shot. Corruption. Gera's... I have no idea where Gera is, but Celtic Dawn goes down. Zardock's on 1 shot. Hellcat's on 1 shot. It can go either way. Corruption's up on a tank. However, Rundy, he made a mistake. Is that a misplay? I'm not sure where he is though. But a push is coming from 1. They took out Hellcat, who was down to 1 shot. They took out another tank. Tanks goes down. Now, Corruption... No, 1 is up on tanks. There's no one protecting artillery. Will this medium from 1 go and finish the artillery at K0? He knows probably where the artillery is. But the push is coming from the backside. It's just Vulcan hanging on to the one shot. He's one shot for everyone. He's trying to stay alive as long as possible. He has to stay alive also for, to get the information on the cap. Vermilon is down to one shot as well. Both teams have the same number of tanks. The artillery will go down from... They do take out the artillery. Now one's up on tanks. They are up on two tanks. Vulcan is still alive. Was he not spotted? Or I think they were just a little bit more... He had cover. And they were a bit hesitant. Or they were playing safe. Or they go for Vulcan power. He did play a major role here. One taking on another tank. Now we have Zardock and Avalik. Cap pressure is on, but he won't be able to cap. That's the issue. Good push from one. When I think they saw that someone's on the A cap, so they pushed their heavies on the other side to get rid of a few one shots. One should be able to finish. No, he goes down. However, he did his job. 20 seconds on the cap, and it's Zardock. He will get spotted by the Batchat who finished the artillery. So let's see first of all how the artillery did, because I don't see many teams playing CGC because of the long reload, and it does have the arc, but do you really need an arc on steps? Maybe you do. Definitely you know better than me, but usually you see like a 261 on steps mostly, or like a GW sometimes, if you want to attack on through the other side. So going over the scoreboard here, 261, even though the corruption was pretty aggressive, 261 still had shots on them. So call me Polish in Object 261 doing 4200 damage. Vermilon in Valor doing 3400 damage. Rundy in Batchat 2700 damage. 3 kills. 8 out of 9 shots. I think he's the one that killed the last guy and the artillery. Maybe. It was one of the mediums. I don't know if it was him or the other Batchat. Vulcan in T100 with 2200 damage, 1500 assist. Zap in Chieftain, 2k damage. Vagabond in Valor, 2k damage, 2 kills. Lords in Chieftain with 1500 damage. Dante in Batchat, 1500 damage. And Fuki Lord in Chieftain with 1 shot of damage in his Chieftain. Koza goes down without damage. I think he was caught out in the open. And insta focused by corruption. He was the first guy to go down, if I'm not wrong. Then we have Willows in Machine, 3700 damage. Great game vibe. Willows though, because not easy to 10 fell down. Valor's and Chieftain in Machine. You have to play it very carefully. Hipstan in CS with 2800 damage. No Rapid in CS, 2700 damage, 2 kills. Walknut in CGC with 2100 damage. Avlik in CS 63, 1600 damage and 2 kills. Tanks in Chieftain with 1200 damage. Hellcat in Chieftain with 1100 damage. Ghost of Gear and Valor, 1 shot of damage. I think he probably got artillery as well. Zardock and Valor with 1 shot of damage. Celtic and I7 with 1 shot of damage. HP was pretty close throughout the game, going on back and forth. In terms of kills, Corruption had the initial advantage, then one made a comeback. It started the prediction. I'm just having my coffee. Did I update the scoreboard? Yep, they won the first round while defending. On the corruption side, we have Hibsen in CS63, Celtic Dawn in T100 Light LT, Avalik in CS, Gera in Chieftain, Hellcat in Chieftain, Zardock in Chieftain, and that's Chieftain Mark 6, you know. Nova Rapid in CS63, Elstros in IS7, you know, after the buff on Chieftain with the speed, from what I know, a lot of people they use power terrain or reducing the terrain resistance and a little bit extra speed. I think that's what it is. But I did not knew that it's that meta to use Chieftain. 3 Chieftains in both teams last game. Is it that good? Is it better than Valor? Because they did have the option to swap, you know, you use 3 Valor, 3 Unskin, but they went for Chieftains. So that is the new meta. Maybe. Also the prediction is on, you know. Gamble your points. On one side we have Koza and T95. Also thanks again Koza for opening the room last minute. I thought we missed the first game, but we didn't. And we have Fluky Lord in CS, Vagabond in Valor, Vermin Lord in Valor, Run in Batchat, Vulcan in Light Tank, Zap in Valor, Dante in Batchat, Dodger Blue in CS. Got Willows in Batchat, Tanks picking 261, dropping the CGC for 261. I think it's better artillery, but I have no idea. I didn't really play artillery much, so just my opinion based on very limited knowledge of artillery. Call me Polish in his 261. That he was the MVP last game. Can he do it again? In one, they're definitely their morale is high. They brought that game, the last game back. They were down. Checking on if there's anything going on the Discord. As I mentioned before, Pain God did say the December update will include spectator HUD fixes, or whatever they broke with update 7.2. We were able to see the tank's HP before. They weren't the best, but you could see the indicators. We can't see it anymore, so they'll fix what they've broken, and along with some other fixes, like these color mismatch on one team. The CS are blue on the red team, right? They'll be red. But Corruption being very aggressive on the 9-0 line. They're pushing 9-0. They want to take K0, if I'm not mistaken. Light Tank went going all the way to K0. One sending 3 heavies down the river. And a Light Tank on C4. They do have some mediums anchoring here. Celtic Dawn took a hit. What tank is Celtic Dawn in? I think it's probably at the medium here. Fuki, Lauren Koza taking a shot of damage as well. A little bit of trades going on here. That's artillery shot. Did he? I think artillery did hit Koza. Koza is the bat chat, I believe. That's it right over here. Or is that a CS? No, CS. Just have to verify. No, Koza is the Valor. He's the one taking damage here. Willows and bat chat. Corruption has no one on the A line, which I see because there's no cap pressure so far. And there's no point of peeking. They're all staying safe from artillery. The cap pressure is now on, and that's by a bat chat. And probably the reason is they know that the light tank from Corruption is on the K line. So let's just put a bat chat in the cap. Light tank's now going back to the cap as well. Now the issue Corruption has here is they don't have many tanks for A cap, but so does one. One doesn't have either. So maybe they'll push their heavies on the train tracks. 28 seconds. No rapid taking shots. 4 tanks are coming in. They're probably gonna go for the tracks. They're gonna push over, go straight for the tracks for 8-2 there. They will spot. They're 13 seconds. That's close. Where's the light tank? That light tank's in the bush. They need to keep pushing. Will they? Medium needs to go in. I don't think Bat can spot. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's close. It won't happen. They did get a. No. It's up. They spotted the Bat yet, but they missed someone. They did manage to spot him, but yeah, Corruption were a little light on the others, this side for the cap. And once one's realized that no one's watching the cap, they put 2 tanks. And one of them was a bat cat. Going with score. Billows and bat 765 damage. Tanks and objects 638. Celtic Dong in light tank with the 600 damage. No rapid gear and Hellcat 1 shot of damage, but on one side we have Dodger Blue and CS 1200 damage. Call me Polish 768. Yeah, so not much damage. It was because it was just a quick cap. Before there were some traits early on. And one had a was a Valor set up at A2 for a cross. He was able to get there without getting spotted since Corruption was on the other side besides their one tank. So I think the fact that one was able to set up the cap and set up tanks around it without taking any punishment was the really helped them to cap. It would have been different if they were capping by 1 tank, but they were capping with 2, right? That reduced the time to half, making Corruption rush. Go over the scores here. Oh, now we'll have to. There will be semifinals and then finals. So we will be streaming 2 more, still streaming 2 more games or matches. Once the first one to make it. Let's see if we can find another game here. One will be playing the winners of 15th. That is, they are the winner of 15th. Winner in the 15th pairing. These are, maybe I'm missing something. I don't know who one will play. Probably they'll play this. They'll probably play the winner of Pacina and Chai. And on the other side, we will have whoever wins Nihai and Dino's. Then whoever wins K1 versus Victory. Yeah, this is 3 and 7th. 3 and 7 will play here. So one will probably play Chai in the semifinals here. One of them will go down. I think we'll stream one versus Chai next. Let me see what's going on. Because I know someone's doing POV. Yeah, for the last game, GG's to both teams. And oh, congrats to one. Let's have the prediction rolling, guys. We will, last game, 1-1. And now we have 1 versus tie. So yesterday, from what I know, the game timer was 15, but now it's 10. Up until recently, I didn't know you can do Y and press showroom info. It is 15 public. One thing I do like about the Battle of Capital is up until last year, we used to have one Battle of Capital, and that was like Friday afternoon for me for NA. So NA teams couldn't participate, but this year, not only they made it two Battle of Capitals, they also made it it's on the weekend. So both EU is Sunday morning for NA, and NA was Saturday evening. Watching the results of others. So Victory versus K1. I think Victory won that other game. This game will be starting shortly. I'll quickly go over bracket just to see who else is there. Yes, so we have a winning start for 1 versus Chai. Victory is waiting for the winner of 7th. So whoever wins between K1. No, there's a bug. Yeah, they're waiting for winner of 3rd. Nyai versus Dynamos. Yeah, they don't get updated correctly, the bracket. Left. We have Pookie Lord, Dodger Blue, Vagabond in CS63. We're on the other side, Kaladin and Batch and Magna in I7. Parko coming in Type 5, Heavy. Chai did win the NA Capital yesterday. We'll see if they can win the EU as well. Or will it be one? I'm very certain whoever wins this round will probably win the Battle of Capital. Or like will win the next round and win the Battle of Capital. Looks like we're holding. Let me see. Gap in 260. Vermilon in I7. We got Tankler Crown 1, Eskison Machine, Buren Pendragon, Maxified in CS. Will.i.am, maybe it's William in Machine. Vulcan in 260. 7 tanks from 1. 8 from Chai. Even 1 is supposed to pick the tanks first, but Chai's, I guess they just want to go ahead and get it started quickly. Lowers in Machine. Cosine 260. So 1 more tank from 1. We got Lemur in Valor. Rundy in Machine. And Vermilon in I7. Okay. Maxified in CS63 from Chai. And LSW in Chieftain. Okay, HP very even. Only difference is 100. One is defending. All of the one they're going to they're leaving the one to open. Looks like they are going to go mid and probably wrap around. They're sticking together as a team. Over on the Chai side, we have one medium watching the two line. It would be a bad chat, I assume. Panzerwagon going up top from the middle, getting some spots, and going for F2. He did took a shot. He's tracked. He can die here. Will he though? Took another shot. He's down to 2. With 1 back in return. Fukilot's taking a lot of damage as well. Fukilot goes down. Panzerwagon is tracked again. He'll go down here. Another CS. Dodger Blues goes down. They take out a light tank. However, lost 2 in return. Once heavies are here now, they lost all 3 CS. However, do they have the hill? They don't have the hill. But the machines are coming from the back side though. Are they machine or are it IS-7s? They are machines. One machine ram, the other machine, some miscommunication. They have the crossfire here. They took William. HP is in favor of Chai right now. They took out the Magna as well. They have a cross. 2 of the tanks from Chai are out of the game. One does have an overmatch here. They can wrap up, kill these 5 guys, especially because of the cross. Machines are reloading. They do have a quick reload though. Relatively. Or quick interclip. Esks down to 1 shot. Esks goes down. Now they're focusing Maxified. Lemur goes down. One is up by 2 tanks here. They will kill these 2 heavies as well. Chai bit. However, who goes down next? Another tank goes down. I think it was Maxified. LSW goes down. Up by 3 tanks. They will kill the heavy. And there's 2 more tanks. LSW goes down. It's 2. Parko and Kellen still alive versus 6. It's 2v6. I think the difference was 2 of the tanks from Chai were not in game, but all of 1 was, and they had a crossfire. Even though they lost CS, they stopped. They killed the Panzerwagon. Otherwise, Panzerwagon would have a cross from the E2. Yeah, they died. They killed the Panzerwagon. Bought enough time where the machine were able to wrap around. 260 came in from the mid along with other heavies. Type 5 is still alive, but he will go down here. That was very aggressive coordinated push play from 1. They played the game of overmatch, didn't give 1 Chai a chance to set up. Going with the scoreboard, we have Vulcan in 260, 4k damage and a kill. Great game by him. Dante in machine, 3400 damage. Run-in machine, 2800 damage. I think these 2 were the ones that came from the backside. Vermilon in I7, 2500 damage, 3 kills. Lowers in machine with 2400 damage. Koza in 260 with 2300 damage. Zap in 260, 2300 damage as well. And then the CS with 2 shots of damage, and then Fukilot with 1. I think he was the one that got focused out first, but probably that machine. Chai did have 2 machines, and I think they focused out the CS. And once they were on reload, the counter push from 1 came in. Maxified in CS with 3000 damage. Callan in Batchat with 2700 damage. LSW in Chieftain, 2500 damage. Assassin Machine, 2300 damage. Lemurin Valor, 1700 damage and a kill. Parkwin Type 5, 1400 damage and a kill. William in Machine with 1300 damage. Magnan S7, 1000 damage. Panzerwagon not able to do much. Couldn't get to his spot for the cross. 2 shots of damage. Kran 1 with 2 shots of damage as well. He did fire, but ground one gun can be trolley at times. And first round goes to one. One's up by 1-0 here. If I'm not mistaken, this is also the first round Chai has lost in the Battle of Capital. They did not lose any in NA yesterday. You definitely have more, better teams, more teams. We have we have seen that, especially after the console merger. We have LSW in T95 F4201, Mag9 I7, Pure Muscle in CS63. On one side, we have Fukilon in CS, Dodger Blue in CS. Vulcan in CS. Are these the same CS from the last game? I think Vulcan was 260. Maxified in CS, Tanked in Kron 1. Zap with Vagabond in QL. Kellen in Bad Chat from Chai. Fermin Lot picks the QL. So we have 6 tanks. Both teams have picked 6 tanks. Asks in Machine. William. Will.i.am. Still think it's William. In Machine. Dante in Machine. So we see a lot of CS and Machines. Lowers in Machine. Two more tanks. Maybe we'll see one more machine from each team. Maybe. Maybe an artillery? It's unlikely though. Yakir Lemur in IS4. And is it Parkwin Valor? I think it is. Waiting for another Runday Valor. Koza in Waffle. Did Call Me Polish play the last game? I know he played the artillery in Steps. Maybe he's the dedicated artillery player. Again, we have the top teams here. Corruption, one Chai when it comes to comp. We'll see. Again, it's going to be a very, very aggressive play I'm expecting, especially seeing the machines and CS here. They are sending QL for the bull. CS are going mid. Are they going mid? They are going mid. Will they try to take the hill though? That's the bigger question here. Yes, CS are going for the hill. They don't care. One do not care. They want the hill. They'll take it. However, Fukilor goes down. The other one stopped. Two machines were able to punish. They did not get the hill. I think now they could be because if they were managed to take the hill, would have been a different play. But the CSs were not. So let's see what they do now. Because once you have the top control and the bolt control, it becomes easier for the attack team. But I stopped them from making the bolt. Now their mediums are trying to wrap around. However, they will see a Karan one over there on that held down spot. One loose Vagabond as well. Another, was he the heavy? That was the QL. HP in favor of Chai. They're up on 2 tanks as well, so very solid start from Chai. Getting that CS early. Now I think the plan of the Waffle is to set up to punish if any one of the CS from Chai tries to go uphill. But that never happened. Asks took 2 shots. X is down to 1 shot. I'm not sure what tank he is. Is he this heavy at D1? You know something, we'll never know. One did manage to push their heavies in the mid. They have to be careful. Maybe they'd want to go for the hill again, but they can't. However, the machines have now moved, so hill play is possible. But they also want to take out this heavy on the backside, though. Asks this do go down. He was not that D1 guy. He was someone else. Probably a CS. One of the mediums is wrapping around. HP and 4K in favor of Chai, and they are up 1 tank. However, they also have like 2 tanks being held by 1 Waffle. This medium going around at the backside can change the game and finish it off, or wrap it up for Chai though. I just have to find where he is. Right here. That is a CS. Dante goes down, probably in the middle. 5k HP in favor of Chai. That heavy is coming in. Waffle needs to come in now and finish him. Is Waffle on reload? Was Waffle unspotted the entire time? He will just clip this guy. Second QL just rushing in from the back, from the top. There it comes. Was it Magna? Magna will go down. 1 shot, 1 more, and that's up. Waffle can now go up. However, Chai has an overmatch in the mid, and they took advantage of that overmatch. Took out 2 tanks. 4k HP difference. Waffles on reload. This is the opportunity for Chai to finish off that medium, as well as the heavy that is... Where's the heavy? Right here. Waffles reloaded. 1, 2. Can he take out LSW? No, he bounced his last shot. And okay, he had 4 shots, so he did bounce last 2, I think. Maybe if he had penned the last 2, took out 2 of the tanks. But still, Chai did had a lot of tanks alive, so wouldn't have made a difference. Bundy still alive in his Valor. Vermilla, he was the 3rd guy to go out, but definitely was able to dish out a lot of damage here. I think Fukilor, unfortunate again, was the first one. They The CS were going for the hill, but two machines were able to clip out the CS and another one stopped. Maybe they should have kept going up because they didn't were able to do much, because machine took out one CS, but the other ones are free to take the hill now. So I think maybe if they tried that, kept going with that push, would have been worked. But who knows? So Maxified in CS, 3600 damage, 2 kills. Parker and Valor, 2600 damage, 2700 damage. Lemur and IS4, 2300 damage. Eston Machine, 2200 damage. LSW and Valor, 2200 damage. Magna and I7, 2200 damage. William in Machine, 1700, 2 kills. Kellen and Batchat with 1600 damage and 3 kills. Tankler Crown 1 with 1600. And CS63 with 1100 damage. Verminlord in QL. That's a huge game, actually, considering he was the third guy die. As I said, almost 5k damage and a kill. Koza and Waffle, 3k damage. Zap and QL with 1700 damage. Dante and Machine, 1600. Rundy and Valor with 1300. Dodger Blue in CS, 1200. Vagabond in QL, 1000. Lords and Machine with 1000. Vulcan in CS with 2 shots of damage. And Fukilot, unfortunately, got focus out going up the hill and did not end well for them. So the score is now even. The third round will be team destruction. Personally, I'm not a fan of team destruction. Did they swap sides? They did. I don't even know which side is what in team destruction. Is left north or is left south? Hopefully these teams do. Meanwhile, we can go to the bracket and see what's going on there. Oh, we lost the bracket. Okay, so Victory versus Nihai is the second semi-final, and this is when we're streaming, and after that we'll have the final game. So the winners of the 1/4 Piscina versus Tai, obviously Tai won. K1 versus Victory. Victory won. Nihai won against Dinos. We are tied here. We'll see how the other one goes. By being aggressive and picking their tanks, they already have William S in Machine Cannon Bat Chat, Magna and I7, a Panzer Dragon. You have Vulcan Dante coming in CS. Dodger Blue and CS. They have swapped Ukilod. He was the CS last game, but I think he's in QL this time with Zap. The rules of team destruction are you either do a kill all or you have to be ahead on you should have more kills to win, and if the kills are tied, then whichever team did more damage wins. So I think these teams will be going for kill all. Vagabond and QL, so 3 QL, 3 CS so far from 1. Crown 1 from Tankler. Vermilon in Valor. Arco in Valor from Chai, Maxified CS. Esks in Machine. Lowers in Valor. Need 2 tanks from 1 and 1 from Chai. Is Lemurian QL? He was the highest for last game. And then I think it'll be Koza. And in Koza and Batchat. 1 do not have any light tank. They're relying on CS and Batchat to do that job. They do not have a machine either. One is on the north side. One did win when they had the spawn for NBA, but we'll see what happens. Chai is not splitting this time. They're going straight in. Again, the light tank coming to the mid, trying to get some information. And then he'll anchor at F2. Were the CS a bit slower? Light tank had a better spawn here. Because they never made it there in time. They're doing the same. And the CS is... Dante is out. He's dead. They can't. These both CS will go because Chai was expecting this push. CS is going for... Is he going for light tank? He's getting shot from the back as well. From this medium. You cannot do the same play again against the experienced team like Chai. They already 3k HP down. I think the machines from Chai had a better spawn than the CS because CS were not in position. One CS still alive though. They only lost one. The other one, they're 1 or 2 shots. Where is he hiding though? That's the bigger question. Took another shot from Panzerwagen. Can he make it? Oh. That was a risky play. The slopes are rocky than ever. Now this time Chai has a cross. They have a tank up on the hill. What tank is that though? Not having machine is what I think didn't help one. Because those machines just clipped the CS in the very beginning. It's a medium versus medium battle here. It's a Batchat and a Batchat. Tank is down to 1 shot. But Batchat's getting shot from the hill as well, so once Batchat will go down. And that was Koza. 3k HP difference, one's down low on tank. Like 4 tanks are dead from 1. Just clean up here 2 versus 9. Well, going over the scoreboard here, lowers in Valor, 3k damage, Vermilion in Valor, 2k damage and a kill, that's the only kill I think we have. Run in Valor, 1700, Koza and Batchat, 1600. Cookie Lord with 1200 damage in QL, Zap with 1000, Megamon in QL 1000, Dodger Blue in CS with 2 shots of damage, Vulcan with 1, and Dante was the first one to focus out. Over on Chai side, we have Maxwell in CS with 4000 damage. He made the hill though, since Chai 1 did not have any machines to punish. Even going uphill, Lemur in QL with 2600 damage. Eskin Machine 2400 damage. Kellen Bats at 2100 damage. Parkwin Valor 2100 damage. Fear and Panzerwagon with 1900 damage. Lamb in Machine 1700. LSW in Chieftain 1600. Magna in Ash 7 1200 damage. And Tank Killer in Crown 1 with 1100 damage. GG to both teams and congrats to Chai. I think the thing was uh they they did the same strat the first game, and Chai did not made that split play, right. They pushed all their tanks on the one side, which made that strat inefficient, especially as Chai had just seen it. But GG to both teams, and Chai progressed to the next game here. Let me see who the winner of the nether bracket is. I think the game's still going on. Should be over shortly. But yeah, I think having the same identical thread was what that did not work for one. Wait for the next game. we're waiting for the winner of the our next game to start. Who will win victory in Nihai? Yeah, see. I just realized we also have to stream the final between after this Corruption versus One. It is Sunday on what time is it? 19:30 UTC. What time is UTC? In 20 minutes, that's when it starts. Probably won't be able to stream the first few. That's a lot of games though. So Chai played, I think it was last night. They played three battles, I think. Yeah, they played three battles. Finished at like one, and most of them were the same guy that played last night, also played this morning. So that is some commitment there. Okay, so no global map game. They are rescheduling it to another day. So this will be the last game for today. Kai is already in the finals, and We're still waiting for the result between Victory and Nihai. I think both of them are Russian teams. No update. For the no update for the status of the other game. Still waiting. Well, we do have another. Well, while we're waiting, we can go over the global map stuff. Oh, here. So the Battle of Capital points do get added to the clan rankings. I think clan ranking is mostly based on the games played. And EHI has 10 played, 10 won. They're at the top, 23. So Galleons. We have K1. I don't think they played today in Battle of Capital, but Battle of Capital does improve your ranking. I didn't know that. We got Victory, Corruption, CZR. But these are the top 5 teams as it stands in global map for clan rankings at least. We can see once you do win the Battle of Capital, oh, you do get a flag. That was NA. We didn't have a bracket yesterday. Oh, we did have a bracket yesterday. So these were how the score for NA was. Immortal, what? Oh, but they didn't go well. They just added random numbers here. Yeah, this one's correct. This is not the correct bracket the way we played though. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I think there were some issues with the bracket. But do we have an update? It's Nehahi is the next team. They won against Victory and will be facing Chai here. We will start the prediction. We'll win this game. However, it is mine. We should be starting the game soon. Let's check what's going on Discord and discussions. Okay. Looks like we are on our way. We have Parko in Type 5. It is mines. Maybe we'll see multiple Type 5s. 2 Type 5s? Maybe 3? 3 Type 5s, 3 Mouse, 3 E100s. That's the best strat. Okay, making sure everything's okay. So we have Magna i7, Maxified in CS, Kellen 50B, Tankiller in E4, Fear in CS. On the Hahi side, we have Teenseer, Machine, Relec in i7, Dreaming Fly and Server in 113, Journalist in Machine, Esks in Mouse, Bullion in Chieftain. On the other side, we got Bosch in 50B, Blatt in Valor, Perfect Way in 5A, and then we also have a KB2. Very committed and confident KV2 want to test it out. His brand new tier 6 tank against 10s. Mr. APCR in IS4 making his debut. I don't know if he played, at least not today. This is his first game, but maybe he played other global map games. We go over everyone. Lemurin Chieftain. And on the high side, we got Fury Max in Valor. One more tank from Nihahi, and that is Otmo Pozok in Valor. There we go, mines. Maybe, maybe the game will end up in a minute. Everyone will rush hill. It does have an HP advantage thanks to those Type 5 and mouse. Yeah, he's sending all their tanks towards the hill. Chai is going for a split play. The Chai is not pushing the hill. Sending to CS, to K-line. Type 5 is coming, and a mouse. They're probably coming towards the mid. Nihai, they do take the hill, but what next? They don't have the artillery to punish the guys on the one line. Or no one, they don't have no one in general. But they are making an A-cap play though. Chai is destroying the houses there. Nihai took the hill, and they have tanks set up for A-cap. I think the right play would be if they just push the 9-9. I don't know if they have tanks though, but if they sit on cap, they will die. I think I do realize that they are... Few of the tanks are spotted. Dreaming Fly, I think he's been caught out with side on. Probably will take another shot. It's less than half HP here. Still no rotation from Chai. They're holding angles. They think they can punish them. You can see Mouse and I7 are still here, guarding the B-cap. They'll probably make the hill play. They do want to get to the cap, but can they now? They're a bit hesitant after taking those early shots. Is it just blind fires coming in? Still 7 minutes. They do have a guy here for the straight line shots. Right here. We rarely see this spot. But this is good to, I think, shoot the hill if they poke without getting spotted when you're hugging the border. Type 5. Was it the Type 5? Yeah, Type 5 did made it back to the A. Or was he always here? I think it was the mouse, but mouse is just pushing by himself on the other side. Did he get spotted? Maybe. The rotations are now coming in from side. Their mediums are cutting in. If Nihai had rushed the 9-9 right away, it would have been a different, but they're just allowing Chai to take map control and surround them. The push is now coming from Nehai. They're like, okay, we're done. But I think maybe a little bit too late, to be honest. They should have made the 9 push a little sooner. They're also going for the tanks that are on the low side. They do have an overmatch. They will get rid of... Is it Will.i.am that's on one shot? I don't know what tank this is. It is an IS-4 though. Type 5 goes down. Nehai took out Parko. They'll take the second tank out. They have an overmatch here, but they gave up all map control. They will pay the price for giving up map control though. They lose a tank. Now they're all in the middle. Still think 9-9 push would have been better, because that will give you the high ground advantage. Now they're getting shots from the backside by those CS that's getting farmed there. Callan's down to one shot. Callan goes down. HP in favor of Chai. They took out Will.i.am. Nihai is up on one tank though, but they have half the HP. They do have the cap pressure going on, but 3 tanks would have been better. They lose another tank. Now we're even on tanks. And they lost another one. Maxified is down to one shot. He does go down. They did manage to take 5 of Chai's tanks. But the fact that they had a cap pressure on, they had to leave 2 tanks there. These guys did head across, but I think if you have to put cap pressure, maybe they should have left some guys on the hill as well to stop Chai from coming in or punish them if they're trying to get shots. And Mouse has made, all the way around, took the longest route, but still managed to get to the cap. We have Fear and CS doing 4200 damage, 5 kills. Lemurin Chieftain with 3600 damage, Tank Nini for 3000 damage, 2 kills. Maxified in TCS with 2700 damage, Will.i.am and Chieftain 2400 damage, Asks and Mouse with 1500 damage, Magnan I7 1400 damage and 2 kills. Mr. AP and Ask for 1300 damage, Callan 50B with 1200, and Parko with Type 5 with 734 damage. On Nehai side, we have Tesser, Brood, and Machine, 3000 damage at a kill. Severin 113, 2600 damage. Fury Max and Valor with 2600 damage. Durnerus and Machine, 2100 damage. Dreaming Fly and 113, 1800 damage. Rulak and I7, 1200 damage at a kill. Washley T9 50B, 1200 damage. Black B in Valor, 900 damage, 2 kills. Perfect Wade 5 with 900 damage as well. First round goes to Chai. A Dreaming McFly picking his 113. Yeah, he did have I think a couple 113 last game as well. He was the 113. I think he got focused out early, but he did manage to survive. Cerberin 113, Drolek in I7, Otmo, Puzak in I7. Over on Chai side, we have here with Max and CS, Kellen Batchat, LSW in 50B, Parko Magni 7. Lemur in QL. On the high, we got a 5-way from Perfect, as well as 10 teens here. Another I7 from Darnurus. We have triple I7, double 5-ways, double 113s from Nehahi. I think they're ready for a hell push. That's what it looks like. Could be wrong. And then we have S in mouse. Tank Killer in QL. One more from Chai, and then oh, two more tanks from Nehahi and one more from Chai. Wash Latina and Valor. Dorian in CGC. Ring of Blood in Chieftain. Nehai definitely has a very mobile lineup, or heavy mobile lineup. That has a lot of mediums. A lot of things. Nihai they are rushing the hill with all their tanks. Guys sending a medium down the K1. They would if they once they have the K1 and not have the hill, it these heavies will get shot in the back. These heavies need to keep pushing from the high side. They need to just take the overmatch. They have the overmatch by 3 tanks. They just need to keep pushing. Don't worry about it. I know Chai do have the hill, but they just need to either push over, send a couple tanks up to kill them, but they need to keep moving. However, they're taking a lot of punishment already. The push seems to be... They have stopped pushing. They need to just work on the overmatch. That's artillery shot. Perfect way down to one shot. He goes down. The push stopped, and that is not the way you want. This chieftain also stopped to start shooting in the medium. They need to ignore medium and just move forward. They are moving forward now. However, there's 2 guys on the hill. Tennisser Brute goes down. They will take these 2 guys out, but they are pushing in a cross. Not focus fire is not there. This I-7 will go down. Nahai is down on 3 tanks and 7,000 HP. This ended quickly. 2 tanks from Chayara one shot, but they're still alive. 2v10 didn't manage to take LSW. And the game is over. Probably they'll kill this guy. And it took less than 2 minutes to finish. And you see at artillery, there's always a possibility of a slow play, but that did not happen here. Nihai also stopped. They were pushing the hill and they kind of hesitated a little bit. And they did get punished as they were going up. So on looking at the scoreboard, we have Valor with 2k damage, 113, 1900 damage, I7, 1700 damage, another I7 with 1000 damage, Fury, Max and Valor, 2 shots of damage, Tennessee in 5A, and Chieftain by Blad, 1 shot of damage, not much damage from anyone else on the high side. So on Chai, we have Lemur in QL with 3900 damage, 8 out of 8 pens. The Dorian CGC did man 2 shots and then had like 2 pens, 3k damage. Eskin Mouse 2700 damage. Here in CS with 2500 damage. Parkour S7 2400 damage. LSW and 50B with 2200. Tank Killer in QL 1600. Kellen Batchat with 1500 damage. Was it Batchat that crossed K1? Probably. And Magna I7 with 1500. Oh, no, Maxified in CS doing 1300 damage and 2 kills. I think CS were the one that were on the hill. They managed to get there using their speed. And when Nihai was pushing, I think that's when the mediums were spotted and they kind of stopped like 5-6 seconds and then started getting clipped from the K1 spot. But yeah, that's it for today. And GG to both teams. Congrats to Chai on winning the Battle of Capital on EU as well. We'll see how the games go. Give you guys a review. So this is how the bracket went today. Chai won their first game in RW. aka who won here? Dinos won. And then 1-1 against LPF. Corruption won against Easy. Piscina. Chai won against Willie. Victory. Defeated Virus. K1 won against Dozer. Nihai won against Python. Piton. Then Dinos defeated EPOS. 1 versus Corruption. 1-1, 2-1. Chai won Casino. But I guess you guys can with 5 rounds, we were able to finish it in like less than 3 hours. So definitely the team wrapped up their games quickly, jumped into the next one. But yeah, once again, congrats to all the teams. Or you did all the teams, and congrats to the winners. that's it for tonight. Today, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll stream some more Global Map game next week. Have a good day, guys.